Hi, it's your real estate geek, Andrew Finney here. So we're back with Home Buying Trends, 22 Steps to Your Success with episode number 6, How to Find a Great Loan Officer. And what really comes to mind whenever we're thinking about finding a great loan officer is to keep it local. And the reason that I always say find a local loan officer is because who better knows your marketplace than your local real estate consultant and your local loan officer. So when we're considering a lender, it's a lot similar to like when we're considering a real estate consultant. You always want to check the ratings and reviews, and if the loan officer has any testimonials, read them and actually take a look at what other families' experiences were with working with them. So the easiest way perhaps to find a great loan officer is actually looking at your preferred local real estate consultant's profile. And if you go on the Zillow, and I'll put it on the screen so you can see what I'm talking about here. If you go on the Zillow, you'll be able to scroll down, and a lot of times local real estate consultants that have strong relationships with local lenders may have actually premier loan officer partnerships. If not, then there's going to be other loan officers that will fill that place for local loan officers that you might be wanting to reach out to, investigate a little bit. But always start with the ratings, the reviews, and what other families have shared with you about working with that loan officer. Because what happens is whenever you work with a bigger loan officer or lender out there, unfortunately it's like 1-800 take a number. And I don't know anyone that really wants to go through the home buying process being treated like they're a number. And what really comes to mind when we're talking about finding a great loan officer, or a family that I worked with, Andrea and Bob. And Andrea and Bob had actually spent 15 years renting a property. And whenever they were renting a property, they had tried to buy a home 4 or 5 times, they told me. So I believe it was 4 times. They had shared with me that they were trying to buy a home while they were renting for that 15-year period. And Andrea had first found me online actually by doing what I just shared with you up front on Zillow. And she had read my client reviews, and she said, I felt really comfortable with reaching out to you. And I chatted with my husband, Bob, and we decided to go ahead and move forward, give you a call, set up a time to meet, and see what we could do to work with you. So this is the thing. Whenever they came to my office, it was really almost like last week's story about Emma and Nate. It was really heartbreaking because they had told me about how they had spent 15 years. The most recent time that they had tried to buy a home was like maybe a year ago. They had just reached out to me in the fall, or actually the winter of 2016. And they had tried to work with another agent in the beginning of the year, towards the spring of 2016, and the agent was kind of giving them a runaround. So I really wanted to know from Andrea and Bob is what happened with these other real estate consultants, what happened with these other loan officers that they were talking about, and why is it that they let them down? And it comes down to, there's a big difference in between a loan pre-qualification letter, which is essentially doing this, checking your pulse, you breathe, you give your information. Oh, pre-qualified. Well, not so much, because you actually want a loan pre-approval letter whenever you're getting ready to buy a home. And the difference in between those two is staggering. A loan pre-approval letter actually verifies your income, your assets, and your credit, along with other criteria such as your credit score. And a local loan officer is going to take the time and answer all your questions and be able to help you best understand what loan type is best for you. There's 4 main categories of loans. You have a conventional loan, you have a VA loan, you have an FHA loan, and a USDA loan. Underneath each one of those loan programs are several different types of specialty programs, if you will. And that's where you hear of like down payment assistance programs, or buying a home with 1% down with a conventional loan, or a 0 down USDA loan, or a 0 down VA loan. To really understand what it takes to get that type of loan, you need a local loan officer that's going to take the time and treat you with the respect and the dignity that you deserve, and ensure all your questions are answered so that you're comfortable and confident moving forward. So you really want to start with that local real estate consultant, because if you've done your homework on them, as we had talked about last week, then you'll be able to avoid the nightmare that Andrea and Bob had actually gone into. So whenever I chatted with them, they just said, hey, we were looking to buy these homes. We had a list of homes that we wanted to know more about. One of our family members had recommended a real estate agent, so we started there 5 years ago. And this is 2017, so they were trying to buy a home in 2012. And the reality of the market back then is they could have got a lot more bang for their buck had it worked out for them. And it's just heartbreaking because they come to my office and they cry. And, as a real estate consultant, this is a part of the job that a lot of people don't realize really takes place every single day with real estate consultants and loan officers all across the country. So whenever we'd uncovered these things that had gone wrong from, real estate consultant not telling them about buyer closing costs, or a loan officer saying they were pre-qualified but didn't verify their income, assets, and credit, so they didn't get pre-approved, to them slowing back and then trying again. So essentially they tried almost once a year to buy a home until we worked together. And the difference was everything, because I put them in touch with a great loan officer that spent time with them to explain out their options, help them choose the right mortgage for them based upon what their needs were. And do you know that earlier this year, they actually had called me whenever about midway through the escrow process after we found their home, and it was really touching, because Andre had called me about the appraisal part of the home, because they were really nervous about the appraisal, and I told them it's okay, we'll get through everything. I know it's nerve-wracking. I'll keep you up to date. And I had called her whenever we got that information in, that the appraisal came back where it needed to. And she works different hours. I think it was like 9 o'clock at night that she had called me. And it was just, she's like, "Oh, Andrew, did everything work out?" And I said, "Yeah, it did." I said, "Everything's good." I said, "For the next 2 weeks now, your loan officer and the title company is going to work on finalizing the purchase of your new home." And she just burst into hysteria. She was crying, and then she was laughing, and she was so much. And I was just on the phone thinking, oh my God, I wish that I was with her right now in person, because I think that her and Bob would probably appreciate just a simple hug, human connection. Which kind of goes back to, the video that I put out yesterday for Real Estate Trends about robot real estate agents. What's a robot hug going to do for you? I'm just saying, there's a lot of emotions in real estate, and I don't think that a lot of people sometimes realize that. And I'm sure that since you're watching this video, you probably do realize that. And that's why you want to learn everything that you can before you buy a home. And even if you're a seasoned home buyer, you're still looking for more information of how to smooth out the process, and you're in the right place with this video. But always start with anything that you do with looking at the ratings, the reviews, and actually reading the testimony. That's really going to help you out in succeeding no matter what you do in life, whether it's with real estate, finding a great real estate consultant, or finding a great loan officer. But anything that you purchase, cars, anything, just be savvy, be smart about it. We're here to help. And if you have some questions about this, it doesn't matter where you are in the country. At this point, I've had several people across the country in different states call me directly, or send me an email, or leave comments in the comments section below. And it's been amazing listening to people across the country just share their ambition and their dreams and looking for more information. And that's why I'm making these videos, are to answer those questions, so that they can help you, so that no matter where you are, you can look at these videos, you can get great information that's going to be accurate, factual, and you can actually put to use. If you've liked this real estate video today, please give me those thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and by all means, share it around, because if it helped you, it's going to help somebody else. If you have any questions, let me know. I'm always available for you. In the meantime, enjoy a fantastic day. Thank you.